For the greats. Let's do the list. Spider-Man.
Guilty.
The Incredible Hulk.
Afraid so.
Oh, man, this is so cool. The X-Men.
Now that you mention it.
Shit, man, you are a god.
Hey, look at that car.
I just thought I'd do that for Stan because I'm really pissed off about this documentary or what I call it, exploitation that they've been doing about him. But let's not get on the. But I mean, I don't want to get on the soapbox. But look, if you saw that shit going on for 10 years, and all you did was fucking video it so you could make some money off it after he dropped dead,
yep,
you're an asshole too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but let's not get into that. We're trying to have a little fun today. We're talking about the movie C.H.U.D. So it's another episode of Bad Cinema. We changed the name. It's just easier to remember, or not as many words on the top it on the thumbnail, I guess. If you're watching on the replay, thank you. If you watch live, I don't see anybody in here yet, but whenever that, if anybody comes in, just remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow Crazy Hungarian too, and subscribe to him. We need all the subscribers we can get. I think I'm going to have to break down and start paying ad share like Rob or something to get some more.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I didn't know he was going to get 5,000 though. But
I know, isn't that is so crazy to me. That is so crazy, dude.
He totally deserves it though.
He does. And that's within the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He was at 840?
Yeah.
Now, boom. Now he totally deserves it, Rob. Yeah. Totally deserves it.
But again, we are talking about the movie
C.H.U.D.
Hey, Joe, tell everybody what C.H.U.D stands for.
A C.H.U.D is a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
And they're pretty ugly looking.
Yeah, they're kind of nasty.
And but I'm gonna try to play the trailer. I mean, it may not work. But let me see if I can find it. And okay, let's do this first.
I love this movie.
Hold on. So I'm gonna pull up the IMDb Internet Movie Database page on this movie, and we'll go over that. Just wait for it to get on the screen. Oh, C.H.U.D. We might have some. Let's see if it'll load up. Let me know when you can see it on your screen. I can't see it yet. It should.
It's coming. Just wait.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a 1984 film. On the streets of New York City seems to point towards something unsavory living in the sewers. It's directed by Douglas Cheek. Writers Parnell Hall, Shepard Abbott, Christopher Curry. Stars John Hurt, Daniel Stern, and Christopher Curry. And there's a couple of little cameos in there we'll talk about later. But let's see if we can find a little info on this here. Okay, we got Cassie.
You there, Matt? Matt, what happened?
Stern plays AJ, the Reverend Shepherd. Yeah, I'm having internet trouble again today, it looks like.
Man.
Can you see me?
I can see you. You freeze. You've been freezing up quite a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. You got AJ, the Reverend Shepherd was Daniel Stern. Christopher Curry plays Captain Bosch. You got Kim Geist as Laura Daniels. It's got Eddie Jones. I don't know who Eddie Jones is, but he's in it. Even a young John Goodman is in this movie.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll get if I can find the detail on it, but you know what? It's not going to help. I don't know. Well, you may have to try to share the video. I don't know if it'll work, but have somebody share the trailer because I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Okay.
I could give it a shot. Billboard.
Hey, Bort.
Let me see. I closed some windows. Hope that helps.
Let me.
I don't know that.
Hey, Matt, just let me try. I'll get the trailer up here. Give me a second.
I'll put it in the private chat. I got a link to it.
Okay.
There you go. And we'll
Private
go over some pictures of it here in a minute.
Okay, here we go.
It sounds like an 800, one of them 900 numbers. Private chat. Call private chat right now. This is when we need Kevin, but he's probably busy.
Unauthorized for anything experimental.
Hold it! It's not moving up ahead at the top!
And unlikely to bring anyone down there. So, they're coming up. C.H.U.D.
As long as you can see it, I'm cool. I can't see nothing, but I've seen the trailer.
The night is their time. And Marley's living. C.H.U.D. Cannibalistic. Humanoid.
Underground.
They're staying down there anymore.
They're not staying down here anymore.
They're tired of their shit. They're not going to stay down in the sewer no more. Did it work on your side?
No,
They're
done with it.
All right. Did you?
Yeah, it worked on my side.
I couldn't see it, but I saw it like bits and pieces. But it's okay. I got some screenshots.
Yeah, no, it ran.
All right.
It ran.
As long as everybody else saw it, it's cool. And if you want to know what the C.H.U.D looks like, they got glowy eyes. They look like they got goo all over them. They're all shiny looking. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like the Green Goblin on crack. And here's the guy that plays Captain Bosch, and Daniel Stearns is in it. If you might remember him from Home Alone. I've seen this guy in a lot of 80s movies, the mustache guy.
Yep.
Like you said, didn't you tell me something about these actors? Like when they were in New York back then, a lot of these people were Broadway actors, right?
Yeah, they were all worked on Broadway and stage plays.
Here's a creepy little thought. This is at the first of the movie. This woman's like walking her dog, and just this thing comes out of the manhole cover, just jerks her down there with the dog. We come to find out later, this is Captain Bosch's wife, right?
Yep.
And so he's also concerned about what's going. Also, at the end of the movie, I just have to share this. John Goodman is in this movie for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And here you go. Yep, there he is, a young John Goodman. He's still a lean, mean fighting machine here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, he hasn't changed much though, has he?
No.
And then I like the two guys. I like these two hobos sitting there drinking Wild Irish Rose. They're just drinking up. The guy's like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so you open up and there's people going missing, and kind of true to life. I think this movie might have been a statement about homelessness a little bit too,
Yeah.
because like all these homeless people are going missing that live, because there are, if you're watching YouTube or see anything about it, there are people that live underground in New York, the homeless people. And so this guy, Daniel Stearns, plays a guy that he has a soup kitchen, feeds these people that are afraid to come up to the surface. Oh, they just stay down there. And the homeless people in general, I guess and it's a pretty rundown soup kitchen, but if you know New York in the early 80s, it probably a few places look like that. Although I've heard from friends that live in New York said, don't believe that this all New York looked like this or something like that. So I say, I know. But stereotypical mean streets of New York in a movie, especially in the 80s, the way they made it look. But nobody cared when these homeless people were going missing as much. And then so many people started getting missing, but the captain did. The captain seemed to be concerned anyway. And also because his wife was gone. But he doesn't reveal that to Daniel Stearns right at the first of it, right? He's just asking him about these disappearances. Yeah. And so, you get some, then it starts affecting more than people that live underground, basically. Like the trailer says, they're not going to stay down there no more. They're starting to venture up at night. They don't come out in the day. And there's another scene that just frightened me. And I don't know who the kid was that played the little girl.
Oh yeah, the
grandpa gets taken, and she's just sitting there catatonic. And I was sitting there. You know what? For a kid to do that kind of acting, though, really is pretty good, because that would put you in shock.
Yeah,
you'd be sitting there in shock, wouldn't know what to do. Especially a kid. I can't imagine you wouldn't want to move. And so they the girl. They go down there to the precinct. And she's like, a monster took my grandpa. So doesn't the cop decide to? The captain's like, basically, let's put an all points bulletin out for these people. Let's put cops on. He said 2 on every corner, in his precinct or whatever area. And so Daniel Stearns also shows them some evidence. They go down in the underground, right? He's like, well, man, I find this stuff. Here's a radiation detector they use in nuclear power plants. The EPA is supposed to come down here every year for a week and do surveys, but they've been down here for a month. And I found a Geiger counter. And the Geiger counter just goes off the charts when they turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like something's moving and it walks away from them. It's one of the CH.U.D s. And so they go to the mayor. I guess it's the mayor or the police commissioner. And they have this guy. I can't remember the guy that plays the guy, but he's a real asshole. Good actor. He's in charge of I don't know what he was in charge of, but he wasn't really in charge of what he said he was in charge of, though. EPA.
Yeah.
And come to find out, they've been transporting toxic waste. Well, that's his cover story. They've actually been storing toxic waste and military experiments underground in the sewers of New York City for decades.
Goddamn government.
One of them was called C.H.U.D. And he said, what does C.H.U.D mean? They saw his top secret. He goes, it means cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. But don't worry about it. We're going to take care of them all right. Yeah. Famous last words.
Exactly.
Well, actually, another thing about this movie, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree, but it's kind of like The Walking Dead in a sense. Some of the humans that have allowed this stuff to happen are worse than the C.H.U.D s, even though they're pretty bad. But
yeah, I like one of the things I really like about this movie, and we were talking before, is the investigative stuff that happens. Like, it just starts off right off the bat too. There's no half hour, 45 minutes before anything goes, oh, there's something going on here. It's like right off the bat.
You got it from different perspectives too. Like, I forgot about the photographer.
Yeah, John Hurd.
John Hurd's taking pictures of homeless people that live underground because he's like a famous photojournalist or whatever. Yeah. Or he was a fashion photographer. He's trying to do more meaningful stuff. So,
now in the one that plays his girlfriend in the movie too, the model, she was in another 80s movie I love, Manhunter.
Yeah.
With the first Hannibal Lecter movie, Brian.
Oh yeah.
He played the wife. But yeah, and everybody, it's almost like, and then there's that point in the movie where everything's connected,
Yeah.
and I love that stuff. That is why this is such a this movie was actually like a lot of horror movies, horror makers today, they say this movie helped, got them inspired to do that, because
Yeah.
it's not so much of a gory, gross movie. It's actually, the plot's really good. And it's like I said, everybody's kind of investigating it. And what I really liked was when the one lady was in the police station and John Hurd was in there. And then she was asking for a gun. Do you have a gun? Do you have a gun? So then he goes down there with her. And then they show the guy that got hurt by one of the chuds. It was like his whole side was out and it was just nasty. But it was just, it's just like, it's one of those movies that you don't expect it to have a plot intertwined like that. You know what I mean? It's just really, I love it. Love it.
And it's pretty solid acting in it.
Yeah.
I'll show you some more like pictures here. Well, I'll show the pictures already, but it's John Goodman. And now at some point, like Daniel Stearns threatens to go to the police, right? Or I mean the media. So they're like, oh, they try to help. But then you have this weird scene. I don't know if you can bring this up. I saw it earlier. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. There's several scenes here I got in here that there's one called. There's a clip here called "Telephone of the Chuds." Now this one's kind of freaky. I don't know if we can get away with playing all of it, but I'm gonna put these in the private chat.
All right,
you play them. This one's pretty long. I don't know if we can get away with playing all of this one, but just you get Daniel Stearns down there like investigate, and he runs into all these chuds down there, dude. It's disturbing as hell. There's like all this like slime on the floor. You know the scene I'm talking about?
Yep.
And there's another scene in Chud that I don't know. The guy labeled this on his YouTube channel, the best scene in Chud. Daniel Stearns tries to go to the payphone because he tells the guys, I'm going to call the media, right? And this dude like walks up to him. He puts a quarter in the payphone, and the guy like hits the thing to knock the coin back through the return, takes the quarter out and swallows it.
Yeah. It's like, what? Here, I'll try to get this one here.
All right, I got 2 clips in there. I'm going to try to find some more because it's not fun if we don't have clips.
Yeah, let me get this commercial out of the way here. You just need to relax with your Riverside.
But the weird thing is, this is a science fiction kind of horror movie, but I could see the government making up shit like this. Like, oh no, it's just we're doing routine tests. They always say stuff like that. If the government says it's just a routine test, or it's just a weather balloon, there might be something else going on. Here we go. This is where he discovers what they're doing down there.
Man, what is up with?
And why did he like try to walk down the side for? I still don't understand that though.
Is it showing on yours, Matt?
No.
Here we go. Man.
Well, I guess that was it. I don't know.
Just a second. No, we can't give up. This is too good.
Here we go.
Here we go. Sorry, folks.
So he's like, holy shit. He just walked like on a whole clan of them out here. And there's like, so I don't know is that where they eat people's guts or something? Or is that like that material is leaked out?
I think it's the material. It's just a bunch of
easy shit. Why does he walk out on the ledge? I would have ran back the other way.
Because it's in the script, man. Yeah. Oh,
exactly. Oh no.
Here it goes. Dang.
Hey, Aaron. I got a couple more that we can play too. But
yeah, let me get
the tension kind of builds in this movie. Like, okay, should I tell the part that reporter comes up? there's a reporter sitting behind them when they're at a picnic. When him and his girlfriend, the photographer, and he's just sitting there like creeping on him. Then he walks up to him. I keep looking at him. I said, "This guy's gonna walk up to him." I was like, "Yep." So he walks up to him. He's a kind of a sleazy reporter, and he's trying to get a story. And the police have been following the photographer because they think he has the information they need. And but they never meet for a while until like they actually break in his apartment, into his dark room, and steal these pictures. But then Daniel Stearns decides to go down there and check on a guy that lives down there that he knows because he helped. He's like a reverend. He helps people. Runs a soup kitchen. And then that guy that swallowed the quarter, you need to bring that one up. You need to bring that clip up next. The guy that tried to prevent him from making a call to the press obviously was a government guy. They don't really elaborate what he is, but he's got like the Ray-Bans on. He looks like a guy from like Langley, Virginia, you know what I mean by that, CIA or something.
Yeah.
And he gets down there and the guy locks him in there. Like they had he went down that little hatch.
Mm-hmm.
He padlocks the hatch to the goes underground. So he's got to try to find his way out, and that's what happened. He wandered into that mess right there.
Here, let me get this other one first, and then I'll show that one.
All right.
Just give me a sec here.
So he had to try to find his way out another way, and he ran into the C.H.U.Ds. And at the same time, the reporter and the photographer are coming in on another end, and they're looking for something.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is the government's getting ready to pump gas all through the sewer to try to kill all these C.H.U.Ds, and they're going to be trapped down there with them. If the C.H.U.Ds don't get them, the gas will.
Okay, give me a sec here so I can.
All right, just let it load for a minute, and then I'll put it up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Slowly figuring this out, folks.
It takes us a while, but our show's actually getting better as we go along.
It is, actually.
All right, I'll bring it up and see what happens. There we go. This is where he goes to the payphone. This is the oddest scene.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Oh, damn it.
He's going to go to the payphone.
What the heck, man? What a creep.
Just come. Did he eat the quarter?
What
Just
a
put it in
dick.
his mouth. Who puts a quarter in your mouth? Do you know where
And
that
that
quarter's
actor-
been?
He don't care, man. He's proven a point. But the guy that plays the actor that swallows a quarter, he was in the movie The Abyss.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
The Abyss? Yeah, he was one of those actors. He's
That
been in a
wasn't
lot of
Michael Biehn, was it?
Huh?
Was that Michael Biehn?
No, he was. Remember in The Abyss where the guy kind of went comatose,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
he woke
yeah.
up, and then he clonked Michael Biehn. That's
Okay.
who that actor was. Here, let me bring this other one up here too. Yeah, that's like a weird, but it's kind of funny in the same way. Like, you ain't calling nobody, buddy. I'm
It would
swallowing.
be, and you know what? Honestly, it would be kind of intimidating. I mean, it would freak me out if somebody did that.
Oh, totally.
Damn coin swallower.
Kind of make you want to poopy your pants a little bit, you know? It's like, dude, what are you doing? I'd be like, you know that I had that quarter shoved up my ass, right?
that reminds me of that part in Pulp Fiction. He goes, for 2 years, I had this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass.
Up my ass.
It's supposed to be such a
For 10
serious
years.
monologue, and it's funny.
It's
All right.
I'd be damned. It's your birthright. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Now, this is when him and the photographer run into each other down underground. And this is they find all the
This is one of my
materials.
favorite
And it's all
scenes, man.
leaking out.
Yeah.
This contamination is toxic.
Wilson. This is Wilson's poison dump.
I don't believe it. Look at all this shit. They must have been dumping this stuff down here for years, right underneath the city.
It's gotta be Wilson. But what the hell's the NRC got to do with all this? Holy shit.
C.H.U.D.
C.H.U.D.
Yeah,
There you
baby.
go.
Man, you and I we gotta figure out a way to get into an adventure like that, man. We got to get into an adventure like that. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to get in that kind of adventure though. Like maybe like I don't know, maybe like something less than Raiders of the Lost Ark type adventure where I don't have to worry about a boulder running over me.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see about here's a video they did on the C.H.U.D death count. I don't know if we can get this one on here or not.
It was just the
it tells you about the
Is that a new
we got
video?
the battle in the apartment. You want to watch that
Yeah,
scene?
just send it.
Where the blonde, the looking blonde, yeah, I don't know. Here, I'm putting another one in there.
Okay, give me a sec.
There's one though. It's about like the body count, but there's a pretty good body count, and I think it hits double digits.
Oh yeah,
but
there's
like
a lot of
they're trapped under here, and they've like closed all the manholes, right? So Daniel Stearns and the photographer, I'm just going to call him photographer because I can't remember his name, are trying to get out. He says, we need to go to this one area. They find all these. Well, the cops try to go down there at first with the flamethrower guys, and they get ripped to pieces with the EPA guys or whatever. And I don't know why they thought that was going to work, but so they already had dead bodies down there, but they find the dead, dismembered bodies of these cops and the EPA guys, and they take the headset. They tell the guy, "Hey, get us out of here, damn it! You know we're going to die down here. There's a gas leak." So the cop finally has had enough, right? He's like, "You're going to give me the keys to that truck that's over the manhole," and that guy's been lying to him the whole time. Anyway, bad guy. I wish we had the scene where they're in the conference room. Let me see if I
should be popping up here soon. Yeah, that's a good scene in the conference room too, but just trying to wait for it to load up. Come on, show some love.
can't find it. I can't seem to find it. Maybe you can, but there it is. I'm bringing it up. I have to bring it up. This is when the one tries to get into the photographer's girlfriend's apartment, or their apartment.
Here we go.
And she's barricaded the door. This thing, the sucker comes through. She's got the standard damsel in distress. She fights back. I like her. She's got some heart. She's got some spirit.
These things are nasty, man.
Yeah, they look nasty, man. Look at it. Ugh. It's like somebody flushed down the toilet. And she goes and gets these chemicals that you develop film with, which is a pretty smart idea. Kind of blinds him.
Good thing that.
Yeah, right in the face.
Nice. I landed on his ass.
There can be only one.
Deed for a ducat. Deed.
There can be only one.
Yeah, that the whole movie's got scenes like that, man. I mean, it's so awesome.
Well, they finally get these guys out, and then that guy tries to run them over, right? He shoots the cop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we think he's dead, but then he starts to try to run them all down in this like panel van or whatever you call it, like a delivery truck. And Daniel Stern shoots him right in the chest. And you think the detective's dead, the captain. All of a sudden, you hear him go, "Nice shot."
Yeah.
So I was glad he made it.
Here, give me a sec here. I'll try to find
But it's a good movie. It's for what it is. They got a pretty good cast. I'd like to find the one with John Goodman clip in it.
That's what I'm looking for. Here, just a second here.
There he is, and the other guy looks familiar too.
Okay, ready? Just wait.
All right.
I'm gonna bring the John Goodman scene up.
Yeah, I was like watching it, and I was like, "Hey, John Goodman's in it." He's only in it.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
He's only in it for like this much time, Aaron, but he is in it.
Yeah, we'll show it here in a second. All right, here we go. Academy Award nominee
John Goodman.
What'll it be, boys?
Give me a cheeseburger and a Coke.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah? I bet you heard it before, too.
Go on.
These two winos crack me up.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah, one guy's got wild Irish rose. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The guy thinks he's getting his whiskey or his wine. There's a weird thing called like.
Where'd you learn to cook like this?
You learn to cook like this. They're already pre-prepared food.
Shouldn't you boys be on duty somewhere?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They kind of make it scarier by not showing what happened to him.
Classic.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
Classic
crap.
80s ending. See, you never saw him die, right? You never see the cops die. So maybe maybe they were supposed to be in a sequel if it was gonna.
Yeah. You know the scene in Jaws
Totally.
when the girl's swimming and all you see is from above the water what's going on. You don't see what's going on below the water. And somehow it's even worse.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the chainsaw scene in Scarface. They never show the chainsaw go into the guy's leg.
Nope.
But it's still worse because the blood comes back and hits Tony Montana, Al Pacino, and you're like, holy shit, this dude's cut this dude's fucking legs off.
Yeah, with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
See, Jaws was such a classic because it left more to your imagination, you know?
Yeah. Well, that was kind of a necessity because the shark they made.
Shark never worked. Yeah.
They said every day, Steven Spielberg said that, or no, it was Richard Dreyfuss said, you can hear this on the walkie-talkie. The shark's down.
But could you imagine it? Could you imagine back in 1975, you go to a movie and you're sitting there and the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, 5-10 minutes, and you're seeing this and you're actually seeing her reaction to what's going on. And
Yeah.
you're hearing her scream when you didn't have a lot of movies mainstream movies that had that at the time.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been terrifying to see.
And
back in
what's even
75.
more terrifying about it was her screaming at the top of her lungs. But then you go to the beach and you can barely hear her.
Yep, you can't hear anything. You just hear the water hitting the beach. But then when she gets pushed down, when the shark takes that final descent, she's like, "God help me," and then just gone.
Yeah.
Ugh. Even today, when I still watch that movie, that shit still gets to me, man. I'm just
nightmare fuel. It's nightmare fuel.
Oh,
I don't know why we love that stuff. I think it gets our adrenaline going.
It's like it's like roller coasters, you know. It's like fair rides. It's like going to amusement parks.
I remember that. I always like in the horror movies, like The Conjuring. I remember watching The Conjuring, and she goes down the basement. Oh, I'm like, no, don't go down in the basement. You idiot.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, we could do a whole good movie thing on Jaws. I could talk to you about that movie for 3 hours.
Oh,
I
me
could
too.
talk about the scene where he talks about the USS Indianapolis for like 2 hours alone.
Mm-hmm.
It was written by John Milius.
Yep.
And I just thought it was pretty great. And
see you later, Aaron. Thanks for showing up, man.
All right, man. We're about done anyway. We've kind of let's just give our opinion on this movie. I give it 2 thumbs up. I had fun. You know what? I thought I'd seen it, but I've never seen it before because I don't remember any of it. Or if I have seen it,
see, now there's a sequel. There's a sequel, Matt, called C.H.U.D 2, and I'm not. It is so bad, dude. If you want to, if they want us to watch C.H.U.D 2 and do a review on it, that movie we could rip it apart and we could show some of the worst scenes like in movie history is in that. It's in that movie. Oh God. Yeah, it's beautiful. C.H.U.D 2.
Yeah, I can't give up the comics though. You know what I mean? Forget comics. I can't forget comics. Comics is my first love. But we need to talk about that too, about what movie to do next. I was thinking since we did a horror movie this week, maybe we should find like a crazy ninja movie or something, or like some kind of like crazy action film.
How about let's do one of the 80s, like Enter the Ninja or
American Ninja?
American Ninja, yeah.
All right, next week we're going to be reviewing American Ninja.
Heck yeah.
Michael Dudikoff, the great
Michael Dudikoff.
Hey, I tell you what though, that dude has some we got to do this one too.
Yep, Ninja 3, the Domination.
But I can't find it anywhere. I'll have to rent that one. So we'll save that one for later. I know I can find American Ninja for free. So I'm kind of on a budget right now. But American Ninja was one of those movies. Just to talk about that for a minute, it was one of those movies growing up that I watched probably 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
Just the idea, I thought it was cool. Like, this guy's an American, but he's a ninja and he's in the army.
It's true.
And what's the actor? I love the guy. I can't remember his name. The black guy in that movie is one of my favorite 80s actors. He was in I can't remember what else he was in, but he was always in these action films like this. With Michael Dudikoff a lot.
I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, though. He's real buff, real in shape. Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's a martial artist, too, or he knows something about martial arts. But
wait.
We got to do a Mateus Hughes film one of these days.
Totally. We already should have done one.
That's true.
American Ninja 5?
Yeah.
Kirby, is that real? That's true?
Yeah.
What?
There's a 4, 5, 6, I think. It gets wilder and wilder as you go along.
That is awesome.
And we got to do a Chuck Norris movie on here one time. Like, what's the one he did where he's like, there's a scene in it, and Chuck is like pouring beer over his head in a bathtub. Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah,
that movie
that's a good one.
It's so bad, it's good. I mean, it is bad, but it's good.
Steve James.
Steve James. He was in Action Jackson. That's right. That's another movie we should do. Is Action Jackson.
There's even Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. You ever seen that one?
Movie. Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Shit. I can't remember. Old. Yeah, definitely. Definitely have to do American Ninja.
Yeah, we're gonna do the first one. I don't know if I can make it through part 5.
No, I can't.
It's not that great. Kirby's right. It's tough to watch. But I mean, the one thing about American Ninja and Enter the Ninja, those movies are just entertaining. It's
yeah.
I mean, they in Enter the Ninja, they dubbed Franco Nero in it, so it's not him. That kind of takes me out of it sometimes when they do that. But I mean, I know they had to because he's Italian. Doesn't really speak English that well, but and he had been a guy that was in a lot of spaghetti westerns back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
Yep. He was the original Django. And
yes, he was.
Before they changed it to, Quentin Tarantino kind of retro-conned it.
Yeah.
For his needs, which was great though. I love the way he did it. Part 5 was like all movies during that period that had to bring in the kid ninjas. Oh Lord, yeah. I'll tell you another movie while we're still here that I watched it. I watched it and I was like, I don't remember any of this, but I know I've seen it. It was Red Sonja with Brigitte Nielsen and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, yep.
And my only thing was, why wasn't Arnold playing Conan?
That's what a lot of people thought. It didn't make any sense. I think maybe they had some kind of copyright issue or something like that. No. I'm not sure.
But Conan, or whatever his name was in the movie, but like I thought Brigitte Nielsen, although her acting probably not up to snuff really at the time, it still ain't. But Brigitte Nielsen was more of them people that had a look.
Yeah.
But I thought she looked good as Red Sonja. I thought she was kind of
yeah.
And then, of course, what's her name? What's her name's in it too? The girl that plays Valeria is the main villain in that movie.
Yeah.
And she's got dark hair. The girl, I can't remember her name, but Valeria, I always had a crush on her. She was in there's another movie we got to do.
Which one?
Maybe we should do that one next. No, we'll do American Ninja. But after that, I suggest we do Hell. It's called Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper, man. Roddy Piper. Yeah. That's a great one, too.
We were watching clips. Me and Kevin were watching clips with Will last night and Glenn, my friend Glenn, of Sunny in Philadelphia, where the scenes where Roddy Piper's in it. And he's like playing this wrestler called Maniac. And they're trying to get him to do their little wrestling event. And he's like, he says, "Hey, Maniac, you got it?" He goes, you boys remind me of my kids. He's like, "You got kids, Maniac?" No, not anymore. And he walks off, and they're like, "What the fuck? Did he kill his kids?"
What is he talking about? Yeah.
But he was actually a pretty good actor. I think,
he was.
Probably from his doing all the angles in WWE and cutting promos, I think it makes a lot of those wrestlers pretty good actors. Like Dave Bautista I would argue Dave Bautista's a better actor than The Rock.
I would totally watch a Dave Bautista movie over The Rock any day. Yeah, interviews and stuff like that. Dave Bautista is such a calm, chill dude.
Yeah.
And it's like he collects lunchboxes, he collects toys, he collects comics. Yeah. The Rock, he'd think that shit's beneath him,
Yeah, I mean, I like some Rock movies, and I liked him when he was a wrestler. But do you watch wrestling at all?
Oh yeah.
So, what do you think of while we're here, we've got 15 minutes. What do you think of that John Cena promo? Where he comes out and just tells everybody, "It's all your fault." He just goes off on everybody.
I don't understand it. Why would he want to end See, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, he goes out there, but man, when they show the camera shows like the kids and stuff like that, you're just like, dude, what are you doing, man? But
I
I
don't know,
think,
man. It reminds me of the NWO, though. I remember when Hogan did it.
yeah, Hogan
People
and
were so pissed. I remember them throwing drinks at him.
that
I
the
watched
ring,
Bash at the Beach that night. They were throwing full drinks at him.
the ring was full of stuff. But I think what they're doing is I think they're leading into a John Cena Rock. John Cena's final match will
Something's
be
gonna
against The
happen.
Rock.
I love what Cody Rhodes come out. He was just short, sweet, to the point.
He's like,
I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
But I didn't sign up to wrestle this person. I'm gonna be at WrestleMania and I hope John Cena shows up.
Yep.
And he just drops the microphone and walks out.
No,
and,
I don't.
The week before was even better when CM Punk come out, just called out every one of them.
Yep. So who is he gonna? Is that gonna be a 3-way match between Reigns and
that's gonna be pretty cool.
and Rollins?
Yeah.
I think I love CM Punk. I always have.
Yeah.
You just
know what? We were talking about like getting the reaction. It's all about that. Like I think he'll have a redemption arc very soon.
Yep.
I don't think Cena's gonna stay bad for long.
No.
I think there's gonna be a point where he like turns on the Rock, kind of like Luke Skywalker turned on Darth Vader turned on the Emperor, and so like, but I get it though. See, the whole thing is like the Rock is in Hollywood, Cena's getting into Hollywood, and like I think there's like they're going to kind of do that kind of thing too with that because like I remember when Rock turned bad the first time, when he came back the first time after he left to go to Hollywood, and he turns heel and starts to act like a big shot Hollywood star. I think maybe they'll try to do it with Cena a little bit too.
See,
maybe not.
I think at WrestleMania, when Cena and Rhodes are at wrestling, something's going to happen where The Rock's going to come out, and The Rock's going to be like, "You do what I tell you," and blah 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 blah. And I think that's when Cena will.
Yeah.
He'll give the belt to Rhodes. Have the Rhodes keep the belt, and then that's going to lead into him and The Rock.
Yeah.
In a one final explosion, before he goes.
Yeah, I think they want one more match together. But the thing is about it, like if you get a reaction out of the crowd like he did though, like when you heard the crowd booing him, it's like Jerry the King Lawler once said. He says, if somebody tried to climb over the barricade and jump in the ring, I knew I was doing my job good that night.
But but could you imagine, like, to be honest with you, all the extra stuff that Cena does? I like John Cena. I think he's a decent dude, right?
Yeah.
But that must have broke his heart to go out there in the ring after 20 some years and just having him booed. Give me 1 second.
All right. Well, I mean, half the crowd boos him anyway. I mean, honestly, though, I'm talking to the chat, half the crowd always booed him anyway. They'll say, "Let's go Cena." The other half will say, "Cena sucks." He's got the 5 moves of doom, as we used to joke about, the 5 moves of doom. But I'm also interested in this Rhea Ripley thing coming out. That's my girl right there. I think she's awesome. But yeah, I want to do that Hell Comes to Frogtown as soon as possible. And I saw that Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies, Kirby. It's a wild movie. It was a fun movie. That was actually a fun movie. I remember getting it. I used to have it on DVD somewhere. And it's like pro wrestlers, and they're like supposed to go to some pro wrestling event. Is that what it was? And they get locked in a room with all these. They have to wrestle these zombies, basically. It's got all these famous wrestlers in it. It was one of the last things Piper did, probably before he passed away. That was a sad day when Roddy Piper died. It really bothered me when I was telling everybody it was a sad day when I found out that Roddy Piper died, because I really looked up to that guy.
Me too.
I just thought he was like a great heel. He's one of the great greatest talkers of all time in pro wrestling.
And I tell you what, when one of my favorite runs during any wrestling, any show, was when NWO was hitting it big, and Hogan's like, "I beat everybody, and there hasn't been anybody." And then you hear the bagpipe.
Yeah, he's like,
Piper
"You
comes
beat
out.
me." Yeah,
You never beat me. But I thought that was so awesome. That was like, it gave me goosebumps. That's the only time I've ever gotten goosebumps watching wrestling, was when Piper came out. That was so great.
I got goosebumps when CM Punk came back.
Yeah, me too.
But I'll tell you another one that gave me goosebumps was like, and I wasn't really I wasn't down for it all that much until it came. The match started. It was when Hogan and The Rock were at WrestleMania, and then the crowd just starts chanting for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I like. I still like what Hogan did in the ring. You know, I was a Hulkamaniac. I'm not gonna lie. I like Macho Man Randy Savage a little bit more, but and I would argue, for all the stuff, great stuff that they say that Hogan did, I can argue that like the greatest match at WrestleMania 3 was not him versus Andre the Giant. It was Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
oh yeah, that's
That's
considered one of the greatest matches of all time. That was amazing.
Another one we ought to do it. We ought to do a video one day about our favorite matches of all time.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I can go back to like Harley Race versus Nature Boy Ric Flair at Starrcade, 1983.
the American Dream, Dust the Road. The American Dream, Dust the Road.
If you will, I'm the tower of power. They're too sweet to be sour. And but he could cut a promo too. That one he talks about when they broke his leg. Remember when they broke Dusty's leg or arm or something? And he's like, the American Dream has been on hard times. So I know about hard times. But then you got like, he was supposed to be like the common man, and then you had like Ric Flair's like this hot shot upstart with wearing the diamond rings and wearing the $3,000 suits or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you remember Magnum TA?
Yeah, I do.
Heck, man,
that was, you know what? That's a shame. He would have been. It's untelling what he could have done.
He would have been he would have been huge. Another wrestler that came into that I've always liked when he was on TNA was AJ Styles. Yeah, I thought AJ Styles was awesome. And when he went over to the WWE, I don't think they know what to do with him.
Here's another one. Kirby's talking about the Freebirds and the Von Erichs. Yeah, that was a hell of a rivalry. It was like Georgia versus Texas, and like the great thing about World Class Championship Wrestling is we had a satellite. When the big satellite dishes, you turn, and you could get that. You could get that wrestling on the satellite. We'd watch and then they had Georgia Championship Wrestling, which was before WCW.
Yep. Do you remember when they had the tower matches?
Yeah.
They had the
holding match. Yeah.
Oh, dude, those were my freaking.
Jim Cornette like break his hip or something on one of them.
Yep. But they were jumping off those things and just freaking smashing into each other. Oh, that was great. I love wrestling, dude. Love it.
That's a good podcast right there. If anybody hasn't watched Jim Cornette's podcast, that guy.
Yeah, it is
hilarious. But there's like, do you remember we're talking about matches like that tables, ladders, and chairs match at WrestleMania between Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys,
and
the Hardy Boys. I thought they were going to die.
Yeah. Was that the same year that Michaels beat Flair? Was that the same year?
No.
That was different.
Was a great match. That was a great match.
There was a tables, chairs, and ladder, tables, and chairs match that WrestleMania. I can't remember, but that was a brutal one too, man. Unless I'm thinking about the one you just mentioned, but I don't.
The Ric Flair retirement match against Shawn Michaels, though, where he's like getting ready to do the super kick because I love you, and kicks him. That's like, yeah. And he's like, I heard he said after he pinned him, he's down close to his ear talking to him where he can't see. And Shawn Michaels said, I want to thank you for doing this. So.
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Also, the match at WrestleMania 13 would be one of my favorite ones between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It turned Bret Hart into a heel and turned Stone Cold into the babyface. He wouldn't give up. He had blood all over him. He's in the sharpshooter and he passes out.
Yeah.
So it was a good way to end it because it made both of them look strong. Like he wouldn't tap out, and Bret Hart, it did both things they wanted. It got them both where they wanted to go. And I don't know. Bret Hart was probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
Yeah,
another person. We're talking about Magnum TA, but he's another one of those. It's a shame what happened to him because he had at least 10 more years left in the tank.
Oh, totally.
And then it's like, well, that family, his family, the Von Erichs. That's just some of the most tragic things, really, because Owen died, and I don't think Bret ever recovered from that. And then he gets that injury from Goldberg. What Goldberg, by the way? Although he's in a movie called Santa Slays, and it's
horrible. That's pretty good. But I was supposed to go to. I had tickets at the Kemper Arena in Kansas City during that match, but I ended up going out to North Carolina that summer, and so I missed. I just gave them to my brother-in-law, and or my brother-in-law's brother, and he went to it. But we watched it when I was living out in Charlotte or Huntersville, which is north of Charlotte, and we were watching the pay-per-view, and we watched that. I mean, you saw him fall, but then everything went black.
Yeah,
on the pay-per-view. But I was supposed to be at that. I was supposed to be at that Kemper Arena when that happened. That was sad, dude.
Also, I don't like the way they handled it. The show should have been canceled at that point.
Yep, it should have been done.
They should have just rescheduled it and gave everybody tickets that was there to say turn your tickets in. I don't know why they did. And you can tell that Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler did not want to be there anymore.
Oh, they were just
and then Jim Ross had to tell everybody he was dead.
Yeah.
And then the wrestlers had to come out and wrestle while his blood's still on the apron of the mat of the ring. So
I think that was one of the times, like Ross said in an interview, he said he was disgusted by that. But McMahon was like, if you want to keep your job, you got to keep doing it. Keep going. And it was like, dude, someone just died. Someone just died in front of all these people, these families. And they're still, even the audience was like,
well, if you notice the crowd after that, there was no excitement for anything going on.
No.
Because everybody was still thinking about Owen Hart. And that's one of the things that really soured me on Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I kept supporting his product though, so I guess I didn't really sour too much. But
I'm just glad he's out of it. 18,000.
Got all those angles that him and his wife did, and now never mind. And all the stuff he did, but she's in charge of education. I think it's kind of ironic. Anyway, I don't want to get into that stuff. I shouldn't say shit like that. It's going to get me in trouble. All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off if it's okay. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to go fix a tuna sandwich.
There you go.
Everybody, next Monday we'll be doing American Ninja, the first one, not the fifth one. Don't worry, Kirby, not part 5. So,
yeah, we won't do part 5, dude.
Get your ninja swords out. Start practicing your throwing, star throwing. I think I got some in the basement somewhere. Maybe I can practice. And we'll try to learn how to disappear. We got to get our smoke bombs.
Yep.
Get everything ready.
Swords, dagger. We'll be ready.
All right. Until next time, true believers, Excelsior.
Thanks, everyone.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.